showing what you've already done, what's the existing investment and reach and impact with those communities. That is how we ensure a more authentic message and invitation for trustees, I guess. It's like, oh, this organization sees me or my community or our issues or our identity beyond those kind of tick box moments in the year. It might be as simple as actively holding space for conversations. It is a real contribution to presenting your organization as or yourself as a person who champions inclusion and representation. There could be other people on your board who were raised by same-sex parents, or they have a best friend who has gone through transitioning and is trans. And although it's not a direct lived experience, it's still a really, for me, important understanding that they have a lived experience of understanding, at least partly, an LGBT experience or community issues or current politics. Equality in law and the Equality Act is the bare minimum about how we can progressively engage with language and communities. So it is okay to get language wrong. Sometimes it's never, as long as it's clearly not someone's intention and there's a positive conversation happening. It's visible in the activity that's going on, that there's authenticity and the care. And I think that's one of the things that just linking to the last point, there needs to be a willingness to have difficult conversations and invite critical dialogue, but in a supported way. So it's actually, there's a care there for the existing trustees that might be waking up to 21st century, or one of them might be, because they've just not had the experience or connection with people with these kind of lived experiences. There has to be the kind of first handheld step. I think we're really in a time where we recognise that, yes, a lot of trustees are slightly older in their years, because that's when they have a bit more time and a bit more flexibility and they feel more confident and they have skills. But we equally want people who aren't solicitors, aren't accountants, and just have a different, different's the wrong word, relevant lived experience, because we're really conscious that we look at our trustees and they're absolutely not our target market, our target end user. An organization might want or need better representation, but it has to ask itself or ask other people around, are we ready for this? Because I think what Jack's saying there is an example of, you could recruit an LGBTQIA plus trustee, but is that boardroom a safe space for them? Is it a respectful space for them? So ensuring that there's a level of awareness, respect, and confidence with language related to whichever community you're seeking to gain representation from. There needs to be a willingness to have difficult conversations and invite critical dialogue, but in a supported way. So it's actually, there's a care there. It is our own responsibility to equip ourselves with the confidence and language. So there's something around, training courses or Google, or reading blogs, because we have to acknowledge that although there's a lot of us really pushing for inclusion and progressive conversations, there's also quite heavy and painful, polarizing conversations that happens, because not everybody has the same view, and we just need to ensure that there's understanding and conversation. Maybe people who are interested in the area of work that you have, but they don't have the commitment to be a trustee. Why do we just have a big fat no if they can't give that commitment? Can they come as a critical friend to some of the meetings or part of the meetings? Yeah, there's a middle ground, which in itself allows a widening of the conversation and better understanding, but also that person might then become an advocate and go, I can't give that, but actually they were really accepting of me. They're really warm to my input. Is that a stepping stone to reaching more people from the community that the critical friend comes from? There's something about being a good ally is just giving your time, giving your brain, giving your thoughts. I don't think we all need to be experts to be on a trustee, as a trustee, but I think that goes beyond a professional expert as well. We don't have to be we're experts in our own lived experience, and that's what we bring as a contribution to a board. And just looking local, like who is your local LGBT organisations? Could you just have a cup of tea with them? Maybe arrange it for August or September so it doesn't feel potentially tokenistic or performative, but think of them and connect with them, because that's what will be a step change. You might understand better what they need, looking past and beyond the one or two people you know from a wide community, to listen and see more.